Hello everyone, CMeeCraft here, and welcome back to 5D Chess with Multiverse Time Travel. I have to say, first two episodes of this little Let's Play series thing have been fairly well received, so we are playing some more today. Now before we get into it, I do actually want to just state a couple things. Firstly, thank you for being interested. I am willing to make this series for as long as people are interested, which I will now rephrase that as a bit of an ultimatum, which is to say, obviously this game is just, we're going round by round. There's not really a storyline or anything that we're dedicated to getting to the end to, so this one really does live or die based on if you guys are actually wanting to watch it and watching it. Generally speaking, I don't want to be making stuff that no one is actually interested in watching, so this series in particular is very determined as to how long it is based on if people are still actually watching it. If we get to the point where it's like 2 people are watching, or 10 people or what have you, then we're probably going to axe it, because like I said, there's no story or anything to be trying to get to the end of. So that being said, if you want to see this series continue, make sure to support, make sure to watch, like, comment, and spread the word, because, as I said, this series is very determined by your demand of it as to how long it sticks around. And then also, probably most of you already know about this. I will note that this series was kind of it's no coincidence it came out at the same time as a chess video on my main channel, so if you haven't seen that chess video, you may want to check it out. It's about trying to stalemate in chess with every piece remaining on the board. Fairly interesting, if I do say so myself. If you like this, you'll probably like that. Anyways, though, we're going to get into some 5D chess. Alright, let's start off with the standard chessboard for today. We'll advance the queen pawn. We could threaten the pawn with the bishop, except it isn't really much of a threat, is it? Because I would take, and then he takes with his rook. We can make it a threat later, though. Move bishop slightly forward. Queen covers. And now we do actually have a legitimate threat on this pawn. Okay. Let's threaten these pawns. Castle. I like knight takes, then we give bishop takes, queen takes. Apparently I've lost, because I'm simultaneously, this king is getting checked, as well as a king from a couple turns ago. Timeline invasion. Let's threaten their knights. That is a hilarious animation. Okay, so you're checking my king. Okay, I can capture a cross like this somehow? I'll take it. We can take this pawn. That seems sensible. And over here, advance a pawn. Worth noting, he actually has 2 kings now, since he created an alternate timeline. Wait a minute, you can do the double pawn move, over 2 boards? That is interesting. That's a game changer. I think, maybe. Probably not, but we'll see. Let's advance you forward. Let's try this capture. Seems fun. And you, I guess, can capture back. Okay. Well, now I can take his rook. Is that actually worthwhile, though? And perhaps I'd be better off with something like this. That would check the king. And also maybe pin the other king? I'm not sure how this will work exactly, but it seems interesting. We want to capture this pawn so that he doesn't get a queen. Okay, so our rook was captured by a knight. I'm kind of starting to feel like maybe it would be a good idea to break off a new timeline, because I feel like we're just kind of running out of pieces at this point. If we place this bishop here, that threatens the rook. That's something. Hopefully worthwhile. Can we put you there? And create a branching timeline. Sure. Alright, he sent his king back in time. Okay. Honestly, I don't like that timeline. This is starting to get quite complex. Sure. Bishop takes rook. If we put you here, yeah. If we put you here, and I think this pawn can actually back this pawn up. Hopefully. That's the idea, at least. You go there. And you take the bishop. I really am basically out of pieces here, aren't I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are basically just kind of screwed here. But we'll see what we can manage. For now, I guess we'll just survive. I mean, we do have a lot of pawns. I will not lie, that we do have that going for us. Just loads of pawns. Though not as much as our enemies. Okay, we got a knight over there. Threatening our king. Luckily, this knight can be threatened by no one. Well, that's a bit awkward, isn't it? I'll be perfectly honest, I'm not quite sure how we deal with this knight. Maybe we, like, bring our knights back to save the world? Doesn't seem to work. That didn't do anything. Yeah, well, that predictably didn't have much impact. Maybe bishop back to a more sane time. Oh, this is a terrible board to go back to, but I think it might be like our only hope. I mean, honestly, if I had any self-respect, I would resign right now. Unfortunately, I don't, so we're just going to keep playing this out. And it's going to go predictably awfully. There. And we'll move here. Okay, so we're dealing with... Is this the same knight from before, or... Would this help? Somehow, yes. That being said, didn't seem to help much. Also, there's a queen hanging out over there. That's always fun. Is this just another situation where I just need to go back, like, infinitely? Like, I don't even know what to do. Like, can I go back here? Does this work? Okay, this did something, apparently. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was lost for quite a while at that point. Small flipped. Okay. We'll go with this. Clever, we'll go with this. We trade rooks, perhaps? No, we got checkmated. How? Ah, I see. The bishop got me. Well, that was fast. Timeline fragments. Okay. I really should figure out what a unicorn actually does. And this looks like a pretty sweet fork. And we can put you in check like that. Okay, so you attack there. And you... I probably want to get my rook safe. Let's take with the bishop, at least. Okay, unicorn let... And apparently I've lost. Because the unicorn took the king. I need to study how unicorns and dragons work. The unicorn can move any distance along a triagonal. The dragon can move any distance along a quadrigonal. Alright, so I think I get the unicorn and the dragon now. Like, so they aren't actually knight-based movement, I don't think. The unicorn can move any distance along a triagonal, which means they need to move in at least 3 dimensions at once. So they could move like up on the board, left on the board, and then also like backwards in time or something, if I'm interpreting this correctly. Whereas the dragon can only move if all 4 dimensions are in play. Time, dimension, horizontal, and vertical. So that's why those ones only ever seem to be able to move onto other boards, because they always have to include time and or dimensions in their movements. Gotcha. The royal queen moves like a queen, except that it is royalty. If your opponent can capture royal queen, you are checkmated. Oh, now that is interesting. And the common king moves like a king, except it's not royalty, so it can get... Gotcha. Just a normal piece. Ooh, how about reversed royalty? That sounds interesting. Okay, so we've got the royal queen and the standard king. So the king is just a normal piece of the queen. We need to make sure it does not get checkmated. I imagine it's probably a lot more difficult to checkmate a royal queen than a standard one. Okay. So far we're playing chess. Always a pleasure to play some chess. Apparently I lost. Diagonal. That's actually what I was trying to pull off with the bishop, but I guess that didn't actually work out. Royal Queen Showdown. Now this is interesting. Here, can I... Okay, well I can't because then I would be in check. Let's try this. So we need to think about like where can we be that would check the royal queen in the past. So like as an example, if we went like here, apparently I'm just really bad at this. Let's try that again. Okay, royal queens. Let's go here. We need to make sure you can't just easily checkmate me. I would actually love to be here. Well, I can't leave this space undefended. I got found here. Clearly, I still have a lot to learn. Okay, how the heck does just pawns work? Well, I mean, I'm not quite sure what I was expecting, but it seems about right. Okay. So far, so unsurprising. Oh, you're going down. I'm not too worried about this alternate timeline. I'll just take a pawn here. And over here. Am I in... Oh, I'm in check by that pawn. Surprisingly. Okay. Heck, maybe we do like this. Maybe. There you go. Now this pawn is dead. How about that? And if, with that pawn dead, then we take this one. Reinforcements. Okay, that's fine. If I moved you there, I think you can then, from that position, you'll defend a pawn here. Okay, we got some support. That's fine. Pawn, keep advancing. You should be fine there. And over here, I guess we'll push this pawn forward. You can't stop this. We've got a queen now. And on this side, I guess we'll take this pawn. Can't do that. There's a king that'll get me. I guess I take this pawn. same king will get me. I guess we go here. Ha ha! I finally won something. King of Kings. Sure. Ah, I see it's the king and kings. Gotcha. Got the royal kings paired with the regular king. Okay, we've got some time travel shenanigans. That's fine. We'll just take. You can go there. That'll be fun. Take here. Take. We don't get like a promotion or anything for going forward, but we can put a guy there for some defense. And yeah, that'll be fine. Clever, but is it as clever as this? Actually, hold on. Yeah, I guess we'll do that, sure. Okay. Ah, yes, king here. Right, so then we capture with this king. You can't take back with your king because my king is blocking on the other board. Ha-ha! There we go. That's a checkmate. This is how we do it. Defended pawn. I fail to see what's different about this one. Oh, wait a minute. Everything's like... Wait, what? We got a queen over here, a knight over here. Pawns exist. No, not that move. Not this move. We'll get a bishop here. Enforce. Yeah, that's fine. A nice cast. Well, yeah, that does make sense for why we wouldn't be able to do that. We'll put the queen there. Let's advance this pawn. Okay, not my brightest idea. What if we go back in time? Anything fun to be done? What about if we put the bishop right here? That seems fun. And then you send your queen even further back. To capture you with our knights. We could advance a pawn. Ooh, that's crafty. Clever, clever AI. But have you considered that I might do this? And also something up here, presumably. We'll put our knight here. Okay, yeah. Sure, you're threatening my knight, but would you threaten my knight if your queen was under attack? Very important question. Over here. Oh, I want to put my rook out too. Okay, well, I guess you just defend your queen in that case. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well played, good sir. Well played. You could go down here and threaten your rook in this timeline. There we go. That's something. And now you can create a whole new timeline over here where you sent a knight back. Pawn. When in doubt, use the pawn. I see no reason not to capture with the queen, which probably means there's a terrible reason not to, but you know. If what you don't know can't hurt you, yeah? And again, I don't really see a reason not to take with the queen right here. Which probably means there is one, but I don't see it. What if we just put the queen right here? Surely that gives us some sort of diagonal on his king, yeah? Yeah? And we'll put you in check, like so. I know that sacrifices the bishop, but it might be helpful. I mean, I guess we take with the pawn. Let's put this knight somewhere more useful, maybe. Or we can just put the queen here. There we go, that seems fun. Self-reinforcing knights, I always love it. We'll go with the pawn capture first. We could take this pawn. Probably. I don't think anything can take us if we take the pawn. Hopefully. And maybe like this queen. We could sacrifice the bishop. Force you to deal with that instead. Yeah. Yeah. And we could sacrifice this bishop as well. You know, maybe we shouldn't sacrifice all of our bishops, come to think of it. That might not exactly be the best strategy. Castling, though, would be pretty sweet. I won! Apparently. Okay, so what did we get? We had a queen checking here, and way back there. Always great to check in the past, but then we also had a bishop checking right there. I am curious if the bishop sacrifice actually was useful. Like, I guess, yeah. Like, was this queen in danger if we didn't lock up this other board with a check? I'm not sure, but I'm happy we won. Timeline Marauders. So, okay. Interesting, we've got like a halfway board here. I don't really know how to use bronze properly, so let's just do that. Actually, let's just put you on the other board. How about that? So I'm trying to figure out, like, how one actually uses these. That seems pretty good, though. I also do wonder if they can become a queen if they get to the end of the board. Okay, well, we gotta take the en passant there. Oh, let's actually take this one. There we go. That's fun. Ah, I got captured interdimensionally. Drats. Let's just put a rook in the middle. I think we might be able to get some good stuff going on with that. Let's rook it up over here. We should be safe from king attack, I think. Hopefully. Let's stop a queen from happening. Okay, so we've got a brawn here. Less than ideal, obviously. Wouldn't want you to take out our rook. We're going way back in time. Alright, rook, save the day, please. Now here's the question. What can one rook do to save the timeline? Certainly we need to stop a queen from forming, which I don't think we can actually do. Well, that's bad. Never mind, that's amazing. We just won. By checking the king, because we were standing on the exact same spot that the king was. I love it. And thus, it didn't matter that we were in check over here, because we checked them earlier in the timeline. Huzzah! Small open. It is both small and open, I will give them that. I think a pawn tier seems like a good idea. Should have seen that one coming. I'm already stumped. Every move seems terrible. Like, literally every... I mean, I could do this. Although even this has turned terrible. Knight in the past? Not sure that'll help, but, you know, it might do something. Yeah, rook takes. That seems... Or not rook takes. King takes rook. Seems sensible. And, okay, you're going for the previous king, but that's fine, because we just take you with a pawn. Okay, now we're rocking just 2 timelines here. That's fine. Wonderful. Take this pawn with our knights. And up here, we can... Can we castle? Is that a thing? We're castling. Okay, you're checking my king. Don't appreciate that. Is there anything I can do about it, though? That is the question, isn't it? I mean, clearly there must be something that can be done. The question is, what exactly? And we can move this king. We can move this king back to, like, here. Which doesn't really do anything. We can move the rook back to here. Which, that somehow does something. Lead to black winning, presumably from that knight's checkmate. Yep. Simple set. That sounds absolutely simple. Strong advance here. Honestly, I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. It was a gambit, that's why. There we go, look. We've gained some tempo, or what have you. Granted, we were white, so, you know, we were always going to have the advantage in that respect anyways, but now we have it, but more so. Oh, yeah, let's just take with the bishop. That seems good. Go here. And appears I have lost. Because the bishop checkmated me all the way back there. Yo, even when you don't do the time traveling, like, time traveling definitely does play a role still.